Hey everybody, Boris, BK Forex. Welcome to the crosses section from March 12th to March 16th, 2018. And in the crosses section, the clearest sort of technical signals that we have is the weakness of the euro against the COM dollars. And I'll show you my trades basically. Let's just go to them because I want to kind of get into them. The strongest or the weakest euro trade is the euro odd, and it looks just sort of devastatingly down on the charts. I really like this trade to the start of the week. It's a pure momentum trade. There's a lot of space underneath it in terms of trade to go further down without encountering any kind of support. So 58 resistance, 55.50 support. We're very close to that level, and maybe another 100 points here to go to the downside before it finds any meaningful resistance. The other trade that's interesting on the charts, and it's hard to tease out why, except maybe short covering, we are actually bullish the Kiwi GDP. So it's hard to tease out why the Aussie Kiwi looks so strong, but it definitely does look very big on the charts. And you have to respect the breakout here at this point. Perhaps the reasons for the strength will become more evident as the week progresses. But 107 support, 108 looks to be the at least the near-term trade, and it could really go all the way up to 108.50 before it sort of exhausts this move. And on the crosses, the one takeaway this week or the end of this week was that the yen crosses were really the biggest winners. That the risk trade seems to be back on, and certainly euro yen, pound yen, all of those crosses really looked well. Aussie yen looks pretty good too, but I really didn't want to pick 3 continuous Aussie trades as a possibility. So the next best thing that looks quite good on the charts right now is Kiwi yen. Let's take a look at all of them, and we'll start with the Kiwi yen first. Look at this massive breakout candle. This is a pretty strong move back into the buy zone of the Kiwi yen. Now, the only problem with Canadian dollar, excuse me, not Kiwi yen, CAD yen. The only problem with Canadian dollar is it's just a notoriously fickle currency. It can just flip on a dime. But as I said, given the fact that we've had some positive economic momentum behind it and hopefully thawing of the tariff protectionist talk this week, further moves to the upside really could be due here. And the yen trade certainly could give it a little bit of tailwind if yen climbs through that 107 level. I really like this trade in the breakout. It's just created a very, very strong breakout move here. And it does have a couple of good analogs in the back here. Here's a good breakout move that has some continuation. Let me go backwards here. Here's another clean breakout move that has some continuation. It's not a permanent continuation move, but generally the breakout moves here tend to be legitimate, at least for a day or two post moves. I'm just trying to see if once we go back here, this is a much more trending environment, so we don't have these clean consolidation breakout moves. Here's another one. Well, I showed you this one. So given the fact that over the recent history, the breakout moves tend to have at least some continuity, definitely worth taking a look here at the CAD yen trade. Aussie Kiwi, very similar kind of a thing. Let me just come back down here. You see how the Aussie breakout here is quite clean. It has all the way up to, I guess this, what is this high here? But 108.25, so maybe another 50 points. This is a very, very slow moving pair, so you certainly can't expect it to really to fly. But a long period of consolidation, higher lows, and a break to the upside really does suggest something is afoot here, where the trade is towards the Aussie versus the Kiwi. No real significant resistance until we get to about the 109 level. So whatever flows we get here could be positive, and the trade seems to be really starting to momentum on the upside. And then finally, the euro odd, which is really the cleanest trade that I've seen on the charts here. Very, very strong rollover here, obviously, with the euro giving ground. Aussie strength definitely helped. Don't be concerned about the fact that we're now at the lower Bollinger Band. This is just the 1 standard deviation lower Bollinger Band. And also, if you look at it from just the price level, we are at where, right? Pretty much at this whole level of support. But once that support goes, we ended at the lows. There is nothing here until we get down all the way down to 54.50, 55.50. So a lot of potential here. Euro Aussie is a trending pair. Once it catches a bid, it tends to really have some continuity. Especially if you have the thematics right. And I do think the euro looks weak here, so euro against Aussie seems to be one of the better trades as we enter the week. That's how the crosses shape up. I wish you guys the best luck, the best of trading. Boris, over and out.